All right. Hello and good evening to all the wonderful people around the world. We are back again after the first 5 games for the show, which I call it as Passion with the Fans. Pooja says it's Passion with Mr. Cricket UAE and the fans. I leave it up to you guys to decide. But let me begin the show after this first 5 games with the very happy Sanjay who ran from the stadium to be part of the show. Sanjay, congratulations on the emphatic victory. How happy are you today?
I am very happy. After the toss, I was by seeing my playing 11, I was a little bit shattered, because I didn't expect Akash Deep or someone to show up like that. I had expectations of someone like Himanshu Sharma, who was good at the practice session. So, and our impact players also, it were like okayish and all. And at some moment when Topley's injury came through, I was like, no, we are done. At least now Topley was a replacement for Josh, and now we have to find a replacement for Topley. So I didn't know who is coming in. Then they bought in Shreyas. Faf used his mind. They wanted depth in the batting. They bought in Shreyas. And yes, I have to talk about Mr. Cameron Green, the 17.5 crore worth investment, who went for 17 in the first over and 26 in the second over, which I will not forget. And
I believe we can give this as our headline for the show. That's not bad.
And yes, to mention Mr. Vadapav, who wants to eat Vadapav in Bangalore RCB Cafe, he went faster. Ishan Kishan, all the wickets we were having, and even we got rid of Tim David. I think a usage of Karan Sharma was the key point for us. He came in, he picked 2 main wickets. We didn't, except for Tilak Verma and Nehal Vadera, there was not a 50 partnership. So there we leaked some of the runs. But to appreciate it, Tilak carried the innings in one hand. Those shots he played against the bowlers and the Siraj last over, man. I was literally thinking it'll be a fresh over. It'll be a fresh over. Then a single run saved me. Then again he bowled a wide. Wow. And in batting, I need not to talk anything. I need to mention only 2 names. My captain, Du Plessis, and Virat Kohli. What a start. It was a 150 partnership. Just that one single shot of miss. Yes, but Kohli finishing things. Happy to see Kohli finishing things, and Maxwell getting those 2 sixes for his teammate Cameron Green. Hitting Cameron Green, I enjoy a lot.
All right, Sanjay, you can take a deep breath. I can see. And along with you, more than you, I think Maz is equally happy because his Virat Kohli scored the runs. But I'll have to come to Naresh. Naresh, Sanjay has already briefed us in a lot of words what he felt, what Bangalore did well. And can you tell us what Mumbai did wrong?
It's new season, same story and the same script, you can say, that I think how poorly we batted in the power play and then how poorly we bowled in the power play sealed the game there itself. And I agree with Sanjay. Our over obsession with Australian overseas cricketers. I think we had an issue with Daniel Sams also last year. Uh, it's just that probably these conditions don't suit those kind of bowlings in T20. They need to, we had Shanaka in the auction, which could have been a good pick. But yeah, nevertheless, I think we have a 6-day gap to quickly get over this because the pressure is on Rohit Sharma, the skipper. I think he looked clueless after the power play, and Ishan and Sky under pressure for sure. So these three will have to step up from the game two itself. There cannot be any more leeway on the games losing because uh, it's not about losing the game. It's about the manner we are losing the games. It happened last year. We have started off that way this year. So yes, you can say that for 11 years we have been losing our first game, but this should be taken as a very hard hitting loss. If they don't take it that way, then there's some issue.
Wait,
I wanted to add something.
Yes, I wanted to add something. I think though 2 impact players, both Chennai for Tushar and Mumbai for Jason, it was the biggest blunder they did. We smacked Jason Behrendorff, GT smacked Tushar Deshpande. Those two were the literally worst impact players, I would tell.
Don't worry, now
early days. We'll give them time.
Till an extent, I think the thought was not bad. From that perspective, Mumbai was the first team to start with only 3 overseas and use the 4th one in the impact. And obviously, he was traded in exchange in between. So, but in the end, it's not working, and that needs to be sorted quickly.
All right. So we will give you guys another opportunity, but I have to come to Sunrisers. Before coming to the team which hammered them, Ram Ganesh, Naman, ये क्या हो गया? I mean, अपने घर में इतना बुरा मार खाना, उसको क्या कहेंगे आप?
See,
क्या आज सूरज
basically,
उगला नहीं था? क्या था? प्रॉब्लम क्या था सनराइजर्स के साथ आज?
you in the previous interview asked me about Harry Brooks. In Sanjay's language, we bought him for 13.25 crores, but he just hit 13. This is in Sanjay's language. So he was one flop. And the minute we in the bowling, if you see the starting overs itself, you gave room to Joss Butler. The minute you give room to him, he's gonna smack you. So in 6 overs, there was something 80 or something. That shows that the power play went very well for them. And in Hyderabad's batting, we lost how many? Four wickets in power play itself. Two in the first over itself of Trent Bolt. So it was batting, bowling, fielding, all trash.
All right. I can see very happy Ram Ganesh, the runners-up of last year. Ram Ganesh, when I was watching the first 6 overs, I thought I was watching book cricket. The way the boys were hammering left, right, and center, either boundary. With the blink of an eye, they were 80 plus.
I think, yeah, in the first 5 overs, the game was done for me because with that kind of a start, it's very hard for another team to counter attack and come back. I mean, yeah, they pulled it back, but damage was already done by them. And I would say, तुम Joss Butler को room दो, ना दो, कमरा दो, ना दो, he's still gonna go at you. I literally felt like from last year to now, nothing changed. The orange cap holder is playing like the orange cap holder. हमारा जो चहल है, he's playing like he's won the purple cap. So that it literally feels like we literally are carrying the same form from the last season to now. So very happy to see that. And no offense to any Sunriser fan, but I also felt that this was a foregone conclusion because we've always had the wood over them for the past few years. And if anything, Joss Butler ka 124 to sabko yaad hi hoga. So we just felt like it just continued on from there. And the team is new. Their first choice captain is not there. They've got new people in. Harry Brook, I was glad he went there because hum bhi pagalo ki tarah we were going ahead and bidding for him, but thankfully we didn't have enough money. So I'm glad in this case to be low money balled in this case. But very happy with the team. They're looking like the champion side, which they should have been last year. So all good fortunes for us, yeah.
I just had one question for Ram.
हाँ.
Riyan Parag.
भाई एक 4 मारा पहले बॉल पे 4 मारा बस.
As you mentioned, is everything same like last year? I was gonna say even Riyan Parag is same like last year.
But you know what? I tell you one thing. I feel that one thing we haven't talked about, which the commentators mentioned, is this whole impact player thing. If anything, it'll help a team like Rajasthan because हम last year और इतने सालों से रियान परा को इसलिए रखे बैठे हैं कि वो शायद थोड़ा बैटिंग भी कर लेगा, थोड़ा बॉलिंग भी कर लेगा. Now we have the chance that we can just stop asking him to play in between and just get a proper player in. So yeah, let's hope that also goes through.
I hope पराग के फैंस और पराग के पास हम ये वीडियो पहुंचा सके कि इतने चाहने वाले पराग के हैं. But anyways, you know what? We are probably jumping the gun on Harry Brook and Green a little too early. We'll have to wait and watch. We have to give credit to Trent Bolt, who was exceptional.
Yuzvendra Chahal as well, I would say.
Oh, yes. But by that time, as you said in the first 6 overs, while batting, the damage was done. And with the ball, you know what Trent Bolt does, and he did it exceptionally. Anyway, we have to come to, our third Punjab fan, Anmol. Can you switch on your audio?
Yes.
जी अनमोल साहब, आपको लगता है बारिश ने आपको जिता दिया कि आप लोग you all deserve to win?
नहीं सर, पूरा डिजर्व था सर जीतना. मतलब ऐसे it was none of the second chance that we are gonna lose this match because everything was on point. Starting with the batting, Prabh Simran Singh and Shikhar Dhawan give us a good start. Especially Prabh Simran give us a good start because I personally feel as a Punjab fan that we don't need to play Prabh Simran because in the last 7 matches we played Prabh Simran, we lost all 7. And I was personally not in the favor that we should play him. But when he came and I was president in the stadium. I was watching the match, and when there were 1-6, another 4, another 6, another 4, मैं कहा यार ये पिछले साल से कहाँ बैठा हुआ था, इसको बुलाया, ये खेला क्यों नहीं इतने टाइम. फिर then the Bhanuka Rajapaksa came, and he also smacked the 6s, 4s all over the ground. And when he smacked Sunil Narine of 6, 4, 6, I was like कुछ बात है इस बार टीम में, पर अभी भी इतना जल्दी नहीं. It is too early to say that this team is capable or this team is capable or this player is capable. it is too early because we all the team have played only one matches. I have met the coach this year. I met all the players, some of the players, and the coach staff also. When I met Trevor Bellis, he was actually in the very good position, or very is very confident about the team, and he was very much saying the good positive vibe was coming from him, and I believe that he can take the Punjab to the next level.
Well, you mentioned about that opener who scored runs. आप
Yeah,
उनका नाम वापस बताएंगे?
तब सिमरन सिंह
जब उन्होंने कैच छोड़ा रसल का, तब आपको कुछ लगा था
सर,
कि ये
मैं
गया मैच हाथ से?
नहीं नहीं, एक सेकंड, मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ। जब मैं मतलब मैच देख रहा था स्टेडियम में बैठ के, तब एक सबसे पहले तो शिखर धवन ने फटाफट हरप्रीत बराड़ को बुलाया कि ये लो ओवर कर। मैंने कहा यार गया, रसल ने पहले ही इसको वैसे ही पिछले पिछले साल आड़े हाथों लिया था और 25 रन मार दिए थे। मैं कहा इस बार भी 20 या 25 रन तो आएंगे हरप्रीत बराड़ के ओवर में। पर लेकिन उसके बाद जब राहुल चहर के, शायद मेरे हिसाब से राहुल चहर के ओवर में वो कैच छूटा था, जब वो कैच छूटा मैं कहा अब तो मैच गया। फिर उसके बाद जब सैम करन ने वो लिया विकेट, मतलब बॉल डाल के वो विकेट लिया, तब उसके बाद थोड़ी राहत आई कि हाँ भी हम मैच जीत सकते हैं। फिर उसके बाद बारिश ने साथ दिया तो 2 पॉइंट साथ ही हैं।
All right, Maz, I have to come to you. First, I need to ask, do you feel if the rain wouldn't have come, you could have still pulled off with Shardul there at the crease?
I don't think so, because one wicket and we were done, because it was the last recognized batting pair that was batting, and the way Punjab was bowling, and we were just slogging around. Like even Sunil Narayan came and hit a six, we thought okay we're gonna win it, but he was also slogging around. You know, Sunil Narayan 1 6 and then out. So I didn't really think that we were gonna win it if the rain didn't come. But I thought, like, if Venkatesh Iyer didn't get out and we scored like 6 more runs, we would have won the game with TLS method. Not because of KKR, but because of the rain. So I thought the squad was poor, but looking at the first match, I think it's poor selection in the team, and there was some confusion after the toss about which team to be given to the umpires, and I felt like that was very unprofessional, being playing at that level, and I think the head coach's inexperience in franchise cricket was seen in that match as well. And then looking at the top six, I think that was being a KKR fan, I hate to say this, but I think that was the weakest top six I've ever seen in any
Can you
franchise
tell us the
cricket.
top six for all our fans? Because I also was watching all the fun when the score sheet was given.
Exactly, because I expected Venkatesh Iyer to open up and with Ramanala Gurbaz, because that's an explosive opening. But again, being KKR, you have to experiment every time with openers. So they brought in Mandeep Singh, who I didn't even think would be in playing 11. So opening with him, and he got out for two odd runs, and then Anukul Roy, number 3. I was like, what is he doing? Because I thought he was gonna ball because he's playing as a all rounder. So I thought he was gonna ball. He didn't ball. So I thought, okay, he'll come at 5, 6, 7 after Russell. He comes at 3, where Rana would be comfortably playing at. And it was like very confusing for a fan as well, because I'm confused who's going to come after Anukul Roy, and then comes Nitish Rana. I was okay, okay. And then he had a good partnership with Venkatesh Iyer, who was the impact player. I don't know why, because I thought if he was in the playing 11, it would have given him much more confidence. But he was as an impact player, and then
He could also bowl.
exactly, he could also bowl. But if you're playing Anukul Roy, okay, okay, you can use him as an impact player, because you have an option for an all-rounder to either bowl or bat. But playing Anukul Roy in the playing 11, not giving him bowling, and playing him at in a 3 was just too confusing for me as a fan myself. So again, in bowling, the way they were smacking in the first few overs, I was like, there's no line and length. Like Tim Zawadi is a world-class player. Umar Shadav did brilliant for us last year, but they felt a bit rusty. But I think it's the first match, so it's okay. But
One question for you.
yeah,
Do you think Lockie Ferguson should have played instead of Saudi?
he would have played, but I think he had a injury or something, so he wasn't playing. But I think he's the first choice overseas seamer instead of Saudi.
Maz, I have one question. That do you think that Nitish Rana was the only and very capable choice for the captaincy of KKR?
As I mentioned in the pre-talk show, having an Indian captain is always a benefit, because you are playing with lots of domestic players, so it's easy communication. Otherwise, Russell or Narayan, they have been a legend for KKR. So they could
I
have
think
a great
they have gone through with Morgan in a season where he was not scoring, so
exactly.
they will not make that mistake. Probably
Exactly.
that's
So
very fresh on their mind. Yeah.
and as you saw, it was all again dependent on Russell in the last match as well. So you don't want to give him an extra pressure of captaincy and then spoil his X factor batting or bowling. So I think the option with captaincy was okay because we didn't have much option. But yeah, the management is still have to sit down and like talk about a lot of things before coming into the next match. And looking at today's match, I don't know what Mumbai did. They give extra confidence to RCB, and we have our next match with RCB. So I have nothing to say.
Well, Maz, I can understand your frustration as fans.
Yeah,
But Chandrakant Pandit is a difficult coach to work with. I'm not sure
exactly.
how Nitish Rana can do it, even though he used only his 5 bowlers. He did not bowl 2 bowlers of his. Russell did not bowl. But we will come to our
Definitely.
other fans. I have to come to Vinith, a very happy Vinith. After the power play, did you feel you guys are going to make 180 plus?
Actually, no. I thought when the power play was slow, I was like, okay, it was a typical KL Rahul's power play, extremely slow. But then there's this one phrase we always must keep in mind: catches win matches. Kyle Mayers got dropped on 14, and then the rest was history. Just he just made me forget the fact that we missed Quinton de Kock.
So you
So
He was
feel the
outstanding.
dropped catch.
I didn't expect that.
yeah, and the thing is, the catch was so simple. And I was shell shocked that he dropped the catch, and I think that probably gave him a bit more confidence. And as I noticed on this pitch, once you get your eye in, then it's easier to bat on this pitch. So I think that's what Kyle Mayers showed, and literally all the other batsmen who came in failed to do, like for both teams. So that's what I've noticed. And when it came to the Delhi innings, also, this was something I'm skeptical of. Mark Wood, whether he would actually acclimate to the Indian conditions, but boy, he proved me wrong. That spell was unbelievable. That
He
spell
was
was what
outstanding.
pretty much took the game away from Delhi, because I think until then, Delhi was still having a chance. They had a pretty good power play until that Mark Wood's over. So all thanks to Mark Wood. So yeah. Yes.
All right. Zahan, Delhi flattering to deceive like always with the bat.
I mean, with the bat for sure. I mean, to be honest, bowling wise, except like Sakaria and me, like a little bit of Akshar Patel, I don't think we bowled too badly. Especially Khalil Ahmed was really good. I thought he was particularly good, like 4 overs, 30 and 2 wickets, I think. Like, it was particularly good. And
Because
when
he
it
was
comes to the
bowling to
batsmen,
KL Rahul, right?
Yeah, that was also a factor.
I mean, let's not take it away from him. Come on.
But we need home ground half empty. There's something to do with the
Yeah,
captaincy.
it probably might have to do. I mean, I'd mentioned it before. Probably if they have someone else as captain instead of KL Rahul, maybe we see a different form of KL Rahul playing. Because I think the captaincy is actually playing in his mind a lot.
All
I've
right,
seen
we'll come to that. We'll come to that. But
Yeah.
Zahan, I want to talk about Delhi.
Yeah, I mean, the bowling was not too bad, except like few missteps here and then the drop catch, of course. But batting wise, I feel like we got undone by Markwood early. Like, that really just changed the course of the match, because I thought we were doing well until that. And Warner actually started off pretty well, but he just lost steam. Like, as unlike Myers, who got better the longer he batted, Warner just seemed to get worse. And I don't know what he was on, to be honest. And though I have to say, the dismissal of Sarfraz, honestly, a very good shot. I don't know how he managed to get bat on that, to be frank. But besides Warner's scratchy innings, and Russo, actually, when Russo was batting, we still had like a very good chance. And his dismissal was quite soft with the way he was batting. So if he had batted through, I think we would have maybe pushed the score a bit more. But otherwise, I feel like Akshar batted one position too low. He should have come in earlier. And Robin Powell, he has to do better. You cannot be scoring that much, like 1 run. Like, that's not how much we expect. Especially Mitch Marsh, I wouldn't blame him very much, because he just came in and facing 150 first up. You can't blame the guy. But Prithvi Shaw as well should have probably kicked on after playing 9 balls. I feel like he should have kicked on instead. Like, that's pretty much it. But we have to do better. And David Warner doesn't seem like he's in bad nick, but he has to carry the inning sort and also increase the scoring rate. But besides that, I think it wasn't a bad first game, but I think we have to improve our batting a lot.
Well, you've been very kind to your team, Zahan, losing by almost 50 runs. Not a bad game. Well, we'll hope Delhi can bounce back apart from the dropped catch. But we have to come to Vineet again.
Yeah.
I understand Rahul, but his captainship was spot on. I felt he used his bowlers
He-
smartly.
Yeah, I thought his bowling
That's the
skills-
thing. That's the thing. He actually made up for his poor batting performance with his captaincy on the field. So yeah, it kind of evens out eventually. So because first of all, bringing the impacts up of Krishnappa Gautam was, I think, an important one because although he didn't pick up any wickets, he actually stifled the Delhi Capitals for runs, and I think he played a part in slowing down Warner a lot post power play.
Krishnappa Gautam bowled really well. Like
Yeah.
he was very he did not give anything away, and that really did like.
And mind you, in spite of the dew, guys, correct?
Yeah, exactly. He went for less than 6 runs an over, which is actually good considering the due.
And also the leggy. You can't forget our young leg spinner.
Oh, of course. It's just a normal day in the office for Ravi Bishnoi.
Bishnoi, yeah.
But
I
I
mean-
just had one question for Vineet. What
Yeah.
happens when Quinton de Kock comes back? Because we saw
Yeah,
Kyle Mayers doing wonders.
I was actually getting to that now. Because of Kyle Mayers' form, it's going to present a huge selection headache regarding the foreign players because obviously Stoinis is too important to drop, and well, Quinton de Kock, with his form, obviously he has to be in the squad, and Mark Wood's also rise in form also presents a bit of a headache. So we'll have to see. Even Nicholas Puran also had a really good outing yesterday because normally he doesn't show a lot of consistency. He hasn't shown a lot of consistency in the IPL, but yesterday we saw a glimpse of what he can do.
You can use 5. No, you can't use the 5th as an impact player. I'm sorry.
No.
With the
That's
foreign
that's
players.
also another
So it
issue.
is going to be a choice between Myers
You have
and
only
Puran,
one
I guess.
choice after this game, actually. Like 3 of your overseas players played really well. You have only one choice of Stoinis to drop at this
Yeah.
point. So it's a very
We'll have to revisit the issue because Kyle Mayers again, I feel he's a good like upper middle order batsman as well. So if we can initially shuffle between him or KL Rahul if Kyle Mayers is like still in the squad, even with
really hate
Quinton de Kock.
KL.
No,
All right,
I'm
let
saying
me come to Ayushi.
yeah.
Ayushi, disappointed with the first game loss after such a fantastic knock by Ruturaj?
Very. I think that we were lacking in both bowling and batting departments, to be very fair. I think apart from Rutraj, no one was able to contribute to the total overall that much. And regarding the bowling, it was just the bowling overall, but specifically the death bowling was very weak this time. And yeah, I just hope that we can improve in both aspects before the next match.
But I have to ask you one question, they were going okay in spite of losing wickets, but one batsman came and just stalled the innings. You know whom I'm talking about, the tall, lanky, left-handed batsman from your team.
What does he do, by the way?
आप समझ रहे हो मैं किसके बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ? दुबे जी.
Yeah.
Lord Dubey.
Lord
Yeah,
Dubey.
I got it.
Probably, you know what, as much we talk about Parag, but we have to talk about him. I don't know what Stephen Fleming as a coach has been doing. He has Ravindra Jadeja, man in form. So I would like you guys to express rather than me saying about all this. कि दुबे जी ने आके क्या कर दिया? डुबा दिया टीम को?
Yeah, he scored 19 runs.
Of how many balls?
18. Yeah, he scored 19 runs of 18 balls. That was very slow.
Dhoni and Ravindra Jadeja, and if lefty was the plan, isn't it smarter to put Jadeja ahead instead?
Yeah.
Sometimes it baffles me, we all talk about Stephen Fleming as a highly rated coach. I worked with him. I like him. He's a cool guy. But I think sometimes such mistakes happen. It's easy to sit outside and say, but we all know the weakness of Dubai. He can't play the short ball, and they were just peppering him with that short ball.
With the short ball.
I have to ask.
And enough left-handers in the lineup. Lot of left-handers in the lineup. Not with one would have mattered here.
Ram, you want to say something?
Yeah, there is something we've not talked about. Why is Dhoni batting at 8? I don't get it. He's whatever said and done, old ho, Joby ho. He is the talismanic cricketer. Last year he wasn't that bad. Why is he so low on confidence? Or what exactly is it that he's pushing himself at 7 and 8 or 9 when there's his impact can be much more? And we saw what he did. He just had 2 overs and we saw what he could do. So why not? He had 1 over to play. And
Very valid point. Very valid point. We wouldn't know. He's the boss. He calls the shot. I don't think Stephen Fleming must be telling him that you go at 8 or 7. He only knows.
think-
Like you're right. Last year also he did the same thing.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
think the reason
Ayushi,
why he
bolo.
like pushes himself down like constantly, I feel like it's to give the other players a chance, because some parts of her team are like not solid yet and people are like still figuring out their role, especially it being like the first match. And we know what Dhoni can do. He knows what he can do. The rest of the team knows what he can do. So we're just trying to figure out what the other players could do.
And
And
his
what-
keeping was also a bit scratchy yesterday. That's what I felt. Maybe age is catching up.
Maybe.
Mr. Catch, Mr.
I do
Bye.
remember, yeah, I do remember one scenario where I felt like his keeping was slipping as well.
Anyways, Ram, before that, I come to you, Sanjay. I need to come to you. Pooja, champion came cho tame majama.
All good, all good. We continued the hat trick, and after the student one, Guru Shishya का हम जो बात कर रहे थे, the last conversation, the Shishya won this time, and I think 2 players made a good impact. Shubman Gill and Rashid Khan. He took 2 crucial wickets, right? So I think the team is well balanced and they're playing well. I think Hardik Pandya and the coach and everyone have placed their bets very well. So that's what I have to say for the people.
You forgot about Tewatia.
Going through that, Pooja, well done. For
You forgot about
not bad.
You forgot about
but,
Tewatia. You forgot about the
yes,
Tewatia.
Not Tewatia. Always remember.
Tewatia.
Tewatia, bas he just
नाम
No,
तो सुना होगा Rahul.
Not
Yeah,
Tewatia.
Rahul
Did
in
make a
LSG and one
difference, but I
Rahul
think
in,
Rashid Khan and Shubman were more impactful.
All right, all right.
I wanted to ask
but-
one question to Ayushi. What happened to Virat Kohli's favorite player, Ben Stokes? What happened to him?
one more 16 crore investment. Sorry.
Yes,
I
yes.
think every 15 crore plus investment.
16.25 crore investment. Yeah.
Even
But
Sam
that
Curran got
generally
bashed.
happens in IPL, you know, big prize, the players buckle under
Yeah,
pressure. But
yeah,
Stokes
you
is
see what's
one of
happening
those
with
guys,
Ishan
you know,
Yeah.
Kishan. Yeah.
Today
I don't
also,
think that's
today
going
also
to play under
Tilak
his
Verma
mind.
brooded. Today also
Tilak
Tilak
Verma is
Verma brooded.
outstanding, bro.
He's too good. Too good, honestly.
Anyway,
But why
so we've
Ben Stokes
had the
batting?
first, all the teams getting to play, and we've seen every team looks good. It's very early days, even though we have to talk about which is going to go the distance. But I would like to start with quickly, Ram, Ganesh, out of the 5 winners, who do you think, apart from your team, of course, the other 4 teams, who do you would rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I think for me, from what I've seen the first 5 matches so far, RCB and Lucknow look really good. They're looking pretty strong. Bottom rung would probably would be Sunrisers, Mumbai, because they don't seem like they have. And I think even DC, the problem with all of them is the bowling looks very lackluster. It doesn't seem like to have the bite.
But you don't like Gujarat doing well?
Gujarat, I have my beef with them from last year, so no, I think
With Williamson out, maybe a little bit difficult now.
Yeah, I think look, I mean, I might be the very unpopular one saying this, but I think a lot of the times they have literally just pulled one out of the hat, where a Tewatia will come in, or a Rashid Khan will come in, or a Pandya. So they've found the knack of somehow getting these wins out of nowhere, but they still have to go further for them to earn my
Yeah,
respect.
I think David Miller will be coming in now. So
Yeah.
So that's the good part about a side, right? Somebody or the other puts their hand up. They don't depend on one player or the other.
Correct.
they did that last year. Yeah, every game
And
had a
this
different.
year also, I at one stage, the way Rutu was going, I thought they're just going to go 200 plus. But they came and plugged with the same guy who won for 18 runs in his first over. Anyways, Sanjay, you need to tell me about the atmosphere in the stadium. I think we saw all the games, but this stadium was rocking, apart from the 100,000 people in Ahmedabad.
Yeah. This was like after 3 years, we had a match here, and yes, considering Virat Kohli's form, and we saw ABD in the stadium. Like he was there at the stadium, and more of that people were screaming like ABD instead of RCB. half of the time, like half of the first innings, it was only ABD chants. It
Was he
like,
in the stadium?
Yeah, he was in the
With
stadium.
his family.
He was in the
He was
stadium.
there with
He
his
was
family.
with his
No
family.
wonder, no wonder. But I have to ask you this question, Sanjay. As much as today we saw Virat Kohli finishing the game, but do you feel you want him to continue in this way where he goes on the attack from in the power play? We can understand, but once he gets settled, do you want him to play that airy shots? Because at one end, if he holds the innings, you don't feel secure, or do you want him to play the same way?
No, see what Virat Kohli we know is like more of that he plays ground shot. He's most famous for ground shot more than what he scores big. He scores here and there. But even today, he was dropped at 7. Jofra Archer dropped the catch, caught and pulled. It was a bit difficult, but the ball came in very hard. And Ritik Shokin dropping the catch when Virat was on 68. Those two instances would have changed for Mumbai Indians because they were pretty close. We needed 23 and Mumbai were coming back on 26 balls, 25 balls. Then out of nowhere, Maxwell came. DK, another disappointment. Like he was like there was no time for him to settle. He has to finish the things up. So yes, I
But you
don't
didn't
see.
answer my question. Do you want Virat to play the same innings, or you want him to steady the ship and hold one end?
For me, I think he has to steady the ship and hold one innings because if he's
You
anchoring,
don't mind a 40 ball 50 rather than a 60 run or 40 balls. What do you want?
it depends on the situation. See, the same thing I would tell. I would like to mention the match against CSK in 2021. It was of 50 runs and it was 50 runs in 41 balls. It was much needed. The stand was much needed, and there were few instances where he went guns blazing, 20 balls, 38, and 22 balls, 44. So it depends on the situation, the team you're playing in, and the kind of pressure we are facing. So today, when Faf was going, it was Virat Kohli. He was at the time he was anchoring. He was taking singles, twos, and everything. Here and there, he was smacking for fours and six. But it was today actually until Faf goes out, it was his game. He has smacked almost around 7 sixes and 6 fours. Faf was having it in. He outplayed the spinners. He outplayed the pacers, everyone. And yes, if we lose one wicket at the other end, I think Virat Kohli needs support. So for him to set, he has to keep playing the anchor role. And here are one good over. Like you can utilize one good spinner or one good all-rounder. Take him big 18 runs or 20 runs. That will help us in the future. Because
right, Maz, you wanted to say something. Maz, how would, even though one first match, Nitish Rana, you happy with his captainship, or do you think the ship will go upside down?
To be honest, I didn't see much of like good decisions or like impactful decisions. It was like basic like अगर मैं भी captain बन जाऊंगा मैं वो लूंगा decisions. And I don't know if he had much of a role in the batting order because I think it's same like ours last year where Shreyas Iyer by mistake said that Venki Mahesh, the CEO, has some impact on the team selection and everything. I think it's the same thing going on again. So we'll just wait for a press conference when
Well,
Nitish Rana
everybody
says
knows
the same
about
thing.
it, and now they have Chandrakant Pandit, so two hard characters to deal with.
Exactly. True.
All right. Naresh, anything else from your side for Mumbai? Where do they play the next game, in Mumbai, or where do they play?
Yeah, they play at home against Chennai weekend, so it's a full
Chennai. They've had a
week
vote
there.
on Chennai.
El Clásico.
The OG player.
But yeah, we need to get our top order batting sorted. These three guys have to start scoring.
Would you like your Green to come open instead of Kishan?
Yeah. I would have expected him because as Sanjay, who's the treasurer of every team, 17.5 crores he reminded. So he should have opened with Rohit right away to make that impact. But
Why not
yeah,
Rohit come down the order so that you have a right and
maybe
left combination, or you want Rohit on the top?
I would say let Rohit continue on the top and Ishan comes down for a couple of games and see. Otherwise, probably we look at a change. We don't have a recognized keeper replacement in the side.
So you will have to play Ishan Kishan.
Yeah. At least
Even though
for
he
few
dropped
games.
the catch today, there's nobody else?
No, there's one, from the local setup, So, yeah, otherwise there's no one recognized as a keeper.
All right. I have to come to Anmol. Anmol, कुछ change देखना चाहोगे पंजाब में, कि चलने दो जिस तरह गाड़ी चल रही है?
No, sir, I don't want any changes because I think one change should be there because Livingston is coming and Rabada is also coming in the next
कौन
match.
जाएगा बाहर?
Sir, I think that Nathan Ellis should go out, and we should make the way for Rabada, and Sikandar Raza should also make way,
Are you sure
because
you want to drop
I
Sikandar Raza? वो तो यार सब कुछ कर सकता है,
sir,
उड़ सकता है,
personally,
दौड़
I'm
सकता
also
है.
not, but personally, I'm not willing to drop Sikandar Raza because of his performance in the first match. But I think that we need to drop because of the Livingston's capability, or
You want to go
Livingston
with the
that.
brand. You don't want
Yeah, yeah.
to go with somebody जो
No,
bowling
I
भी कर
want to
सकता
go
है,
with the
fielding भी कर
brand
सकता है,
because
और पता नहीं उड़ भी सकता है सिकंदर रजा.
नहीं सर, उड़ तो सकता है, वो तो बात सही है, पर सब कुछ वो लिविंगस्टन भी तो कर ही सकता है ना, ऑफ स्पिन, लेग स्पिन, वो भी डाल सकता
I
है.
hate to cut
और
you off, Anmol. Sorry, but I think Livingston can also bowl just like Sikandar Raza. So Livingston can bowl leg spin and off spin. So he's still a good option
Wait,
ahead of
Vinith,
Sikandar Raza.
I'll cut
but if
Vinith here. Livingston is someone who can't be trusted for 4 overs. Sikandar Raza is a proven candidate for completing 4 overs.
That is
no,
true.
but why we want a bowler to bowl 4 overs when we have that 7 to 8 bowlers in the list? We can bowl Sam Curran, we have impact Rishi Dhawan,
Yeah.
we have
Sam
Arshdeep,
Curran
we have
Sam
Rabada.
Curran picked the wicket of Russell, but instead he
And
leaked 11 runs per over.
that's the wicket
He
of
संजय
leaked
सैम
11
करन
per
का
over.
वैल्यू
that's
कितना
the
था
wicket of
ऑप्शन में?
hold देख के
संजय
आगे
सैम
He
तुम.
करन
leaked
का
11 per over. Sam Curran leaked
18.5
literally
ना.
11 per over.
All right.
No, that's not the matter. That's not the matter that he went for too much of economy, that too much of run rate. It's that we have the bowling of if एक और दो पिट जाते हैं तो उसके बाद हमारे पास चांसेस
तो
हैं
हम
एक दो को और
लिविंगस्टन
लेके
को
आने का.
लेंगे, राइट?
हाँ
सिकंदर रजा
जरूर,
बाहर
या
बैठेगा.
या
So
हाँ
we'll
जी, हाँ
give
जी,
this message out to सिकंदर रजा, भैया आपको बाहर जाना है.
मैं खुद ही सर जाके दे आऊंगा होटल मेरे घर के पास ही है, मैं दे आऊंगा आपको.
All right, I want to come to Naman again. Naman, कोई
Yes,
suggestion? Do you want Bhuvi to continue captain? मुझे नहीं लगता Eden Markram अगले मैच तक पहुंच पाएगा. Is he there for the second game?
I think Bhuvi told him that he's there in the second match. So let's hope he makes some good captaincy decisions in the power play at least.
He scored 100 today, albeit against Netherlands, but
Yeah,
And,
175.
confidence.
175.
let's hope we can show it in India as well.
All right, Zain, Delhi Capitals के लिए कोई advice?
I mean, we're gonna hopefully get Nokia back for the next game.
And
So
drop whom?
I think from like when it comes to one thing is probably Nokia in, and also getting Kamlesh Nagarkoti instead of Chetan Sakaria.
Yeah, he had
Because
a
I feel
poor
like
game.
he had a very poor game. Like you cannot be leaking 50 runs in like that.
All right, so
As
Nokia
an
comes in
Indian
for
player.
home. Nokia comes in for home.
If we have, I think probably Robman Powell might have to go.
Okay, Roman
Robman
Powell goes
Powell
out. So that's
might,
what. Anything else?
Yeah, nothing else. Also, I think actually I'm pretty sure we used 3 overseas, didn't we? Did we use 3 overseas?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we used 3 overseas. So he can come in for mostly either. He can probably come in for Chetan Sakaria itself.
Okay.
Like we don't have to make too much of changes.
Okay. Before I come to the champion
But
team,
hopefully our
Ayushi,
back-
any changes you want to see in your team?
Mahesh Theekshana will be back soon
Oh
because
yes,
once he's
he's a
done
match winner.
with
But
his
you think they have 2 more T20s or how many? I don't know left.
Two more.
more,
No, this today was the
if-
first one. Yeah, 2 more.
So they have
Yeah.
5 days time, or CSK play the next game. In fact, if I'm not wrong.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Against
So
us.
I'm going to miss him for the tomorrow's game.
Yes,
Yeah, at
so I
home.
feel like Moeen Ali could be utilized there. If they are struggling and leaking too many runs, then he could be brought in the middle to complete like 2-3 overs.
And Dhoni likes to boss in in Chennai.
Yeah, and I feel like once he's back, I feel like Tushar Deshpande would be kept outside.
So, do you feel this guy will go further up the order, Dubey ji? आपको लगता है 3-4 नंबर पे भेजेंगे कि?
I don't think so.
Because
I hope not.
कुछ टिप्पणी दुबे जी के लिए?
What can I say at this point?
Get used to the bench.
Yeah.
You know,
Warm the
इस
benches.
तरह पराग के लिए lot of things are coming. So दुबे जी के लिए anything?
Parag and Dubey have a lot in common.
सर
Yeah,
आपको
yeah.
पता है हमने
There's a
बेचा ना
tweet.
दुबे को.
There
हमने
is a tweet
बेचा दुबे
against
को.
Parag. Today I saw it.
Dubey is a
Yeah.
student right now,
Dubey
but
is
Parag is
Rajasthan.
a principal. So
Yeah,
So what
today I
is common in
saw.
Parag and Dubey? He was a Royal Challengers player. Anyway, last
no,
but
no.
not the least, Sanjay, I'll come to you. Okay, Sanjay, go on before I come to Pooja. She's been waiting desperately to express her opinion. Sanjay, tell me.
There's been a tweet on Parag like saying that Parag playing ahead of Hetmeyer should be crime and it deserves imprisonment.
Ouch.
That's a good one.
मैं मत बोलो, वो अपना impact player है.
But the first ball he went for a boundary that should have given all the fans. Wow, what a choice by Sanju.
He does
Quick
seem
fire
to be
impact.
not
Pooja,
best
any changes for your team, or you are happy to go with Williamson out? You think Steven Smith can make it? Naresh, can you drop this because he's not put his name in the auction? He can still be enrolled in a team.
No.
वो तो
No, he
commentary
cannot.
कर रहा
Don't
है.
allow. Maybe he can still put his name, right?
No, rules don't allow. Rules don't allow.
That's a big, massive blow. Pooja, Williamson नहीं रहेंगे तो Miller तो आ जाएंगे.
I think
Miller
that's
आ
a simple
जाएंगे.
replacement, right? David Miller for Kane Williamson. I think he'll fill in properly.
But his loss will be huge, Naresh.
You know, can't say because Williamson never started off in the. Did he start in the 11 yesterday?
Yes,
Yes.
he did.
Yes.
No, he didn't start
He
in
did.
the 11.
No,
He did start.
came
He
back
was-
on-
he got hurt,
was in
right?
the 11.
Oh, sorry. Joe Root didn't start. So they have
Yeah.
Joe Root also, right?
No,
Joe
we
Root
have
is
Joe Root.
there with
You have Joe Root.
Rajasthan,
What's the
Rajasthan.
confusion, man?
Joe Root
Okay,
plays for
so
whom?
Joe Root.
He's
Rajasthan,
giving
Rajasthan.
water for
Rajasthan.
Rajasthan. actually.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So Williamson, you can say, especially with the kind of form he came into the IPL.
Absolutely.
The amount of runs he scored, though it was test match format, that could be missed. But but now the injury has happened. Now, obviously, they have an option to pick up someone from the pool. We'll have to see what happens because I think even Mumbai is looking for one bowler, which is So
you
we'll
come
have to
back
see
to
what
Mumbai
happens.
again.
Yeah.
The loyalty stays. Anyway,
No, my
guys,
only thing is we need to look at Asian bowlers. Mumbai team. We are too dependent on the overseas, which are either Australian or English, and I was thinking that we will do well at home, but I doubt whether we'll be able to maintain a clean record at home. So
Yeah.
we'll
And
have
no,
to see.
Archer looks a shadow of his former self. I was not impressed at all today.
Yeah.
give him
So-
time, guys. We've been jumping the gun a little early. I understand. as
Maybe.
fans, we want them to
I
do well.
see, and yes, it's a complete again a new bowling setup, again a new coaching setup. I think that is something. The message is very clear. The franchisee is passing. You didn't do well last year. Heads rolled. So there was new heads coming in. So I think that way, it's these decisions need to be acknowledged, and we'll see how it goes because they all need to just get their act together in. What is expected. We have the likes of Bravis and Stubbs and these guys, but it's the bowling that caused us the issue last year, and this game started off badly. So we'll have to
Okay,
see.
so this gives me a cue before I sign off to all of you one by one. I'm going to start quickly. This is even though I'm jumping the gun early. Do you want Rohit Sharma as our captain Zahan for the World Cup, or do you want
For
Hardik
sure.
or Virat?
Rohit Sharma for sure. No way. You cannot replace Rohit Sharma.
You cannot replace Pooja.
No.
I think Hardik Pandya, since he's an upcoming captain, he's led Gujarat Titans last year, so hopes for
It's a
him.
50-over game. Okay, Sanjay,
Not Rohit Sharma. I would like to see Hardik Pandya.
you would like to see Hardik. Anmol,
Rohit Sharma for sure.
you want Rohit. Maz,
Too late to change, so Rohit Sharma.
Ayushi.
Rohit.
Okay, Naman.
Rohit as captain and Hardik as vice captain.
Oh, that's there. All right, Ram Ganesh.
Rohit.
Vinith.
Stick to Rohit. And it's just not going to be the right time to change captains.
All right, Naresh.
Yeah, Rohit, and probably it could be the last World Cup for him. So
All right, so everybody is unanimous except one, but that's fine. That's the way fans are. We change our, judgments according to the form. We'll have to see what Rohit can do for us and other teams can do, but definitely we'll catch up with you guys. Pooja will let you know which date, but maybe next Sunday. By that time, we'll have a lot of games done and dusted, and we'll get to know the second week score. So good show, guys. Thank you once again for all your time. Really appreciate you guys come up after a long weekend. We catch up soon. Till then, make fun, have fun, and hope to see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See ya.
Bye-bye. 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 Thank you, Pooja.